Hello, welcome back to Evil Genius Props. My name is Mike, and I'll be your Evil Genius for today. And we are continuing on with our Summer of Tiki. And what we're going to do today is something that's not maybe explicitly Tiki, but definitely Tiki Adventure Bar adjacent, particularly my own bar, which is a prop from the Indiana Jones franchise of movies. Again, a lot of people may not say that Indiana Jones counts as Tiki. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not interested in having that fight. What I will say is that a lot of my own bar, Navigator's Island, has a lot of Indiana Jones Jungle Cruise sort of adventure bar inspired ideas and themes. So we're going to go with one of those, and it's actually a kit I bought off the Replica Prop forums from another member, and it is the Antidote Vial from the opening scenes of Temple of Doom, which was the second movie in the franchise, even though it was actually a prequel to Raiders. So let's go over to the bench and take a look at what we've got. All right, this is our kit. Let's take a look and see what we got here. We've got our vial. Cap, and this is resin 3D printed, so you need to be a little bit careful when we screw it on. We don't screw it down too tight or it can break. Little settings there for the gems. O-ring to go inside the cap to seal the vial, and this particular kit provided you with two sort of sets of gemstones. One's very bright, one is more subtle and subdued. I'm probably going to go with the subdued one on this one, I think. And those go right on the cap, so fix those onto there. And on the listing for the sale, it had specifically how to, the process to go about this, and step one was simply painting the cap here. So first step was just a gloss black base coat. So we'll do that first. And then after that's dry, apply gold over that and space out some bands for gold on the vial itself. So I'll go ahead and spray paint that and we'll come back. All right, our cap is drying. So in the meantime, this is supposed to have two gold stripes around the bottle. As you can see, it doesn't currently, but the kit came with instructions on how to lay those out and exactly how far up to be and how far down and how wide they are. Really helpful information, actually. I really appreciate that it comes with that. But we're going to tape this off, and what the directions recommended was sort of laying them out and then taping. Because as with all paint jobs, the really key between a good paint job and a bad paint job is how well it's taped. Instead of doing that, I'm going to lay out the tape, basically tape the whole thing up, and then cut off the part that I don't need. So it's like 7 millimeters up, 5 millimeters wide. So do that, make those cuts with an X-Acto knife and peel off the tape, rather than like lay out tape so that the edge is right at 5 millimeters up, and it's whatever those numbers happen to be. So I'm going to tape the whole thing, and then using an X-Acto knife cut out the parts I want to have the gold paint on them. And again, want to go nice and slow. The worst thing you can do with a paint job, taping for a paint job, is rushing, and that's what happens. Let's take a look at the actual dimensions here. So it's 5 millimeters up from the bottom. So what I want to do is cut out in between these lines and these lines. So we'll mark all the way around and then cut that off with an X-Acto knife. All right, I went ahead and put a rubber band on there and sort of cut along that, and there's my masking for that one. So next one's not all until all the way up here. All right, painted that with some liquid leaf in there, and also our stripes on the bottle. Let those dry, and we'll come back to those. And there's a little bit of weathering that happens on the cap, and then that gets a quick coat to protect it. And I'm messing it up. There we go. But while that happens, there's not a whole lot else we need to do. Let this dry. So we'll come back when everything's dry. All right, so everything's dry. And the next step is to do a little bit of weathering on the cap here. So it's a burnt umber wash, and we're going to put this on. It's going to settle into sort of the cracks and the low spots and everything, and then basically wipe it off again. But that's how weathering works. Well, the gold came off the black. I think I've had problems with this gloss black before, and stuff just not sticking to it. I think I might not use that anymore. So we'll see about reattaching this and going from there. All right, so what I'm going to do is let this dry again, and then this time, before I weather it, which I should have done last time, hit it with a clear coat to seal that all in. Then weather it. So, lesson learned. That's a lesson I knew, I just forgot because I was in a hurry, because I am impatient. So we'll try this again in a few minutes. All right, let's try this again. This time it's been clear coated. All right, that's better. The next step is gluing on our gems. Okay, so they're in a pattern of sort of 3. Yellow in the center, and then alternating green and blue. And it's just a little dab of super glue. Just going to go ahead and dab all of these while I'm at it. Try to avoid stringing. Give that a little bit to dry. While that's drying, let's go ahead and take off our tape on the bottle, on the vial. All right, so we have a little O-ring here to fit inside, just to try to keep this a little bit airtight. All right. Now, the secret ingredient is, in this case, Cool Mint Listerine, which is about the right color, and also, because it is antibacterial, won't grow mold or anything in it, so I can leave it up there. And in case somebody decides they want to play around and drink it, also won't hurt them. Let's see if we can see just how full we want to make it. All right, pretty full, so all right, now supposedly this is the tricky part. We don't want to over tighten it because there's a risk the resin print will crack and break, but we also want to get that. I think we're good. Get that O-ring compressed. There we are. There's our antidote vial for the opening scenes from Temple of Doom. All right, that was a fun little one-day build. And a nice little kit. Sort of just the right mix of having to do things yourself and making your own decisions, like which of the gem sets to use. And a nice little fun prop. All right, well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thanks.